In Japan, everyone knows the story of Momotaro, the boy born from a giant peach who grew up to accomplish great deeds. This story is perhaps the most famous children's story in Japan, and it takes place here in Okayama. Television personality Shinobu Oshizaka, who was born in Okayama Prefecture, and his wife Ayako Kurihara, also a well-known TV personality, decided to go to Okayama to celebrate their 25th wedding anniversary. Due to their busy schedules, however, Mrs. Oshizaka ended up taking the Shinkansen bullet train and arrived first. To pass the time before her husband flew down by plane, Mrs. Oshizaka decided to go sightseeing in the Kibiji area near the airport. The sites of Okayama are located in three main areas: the traditional culture zone, the Marine Hills Zone in a lovely natural setting, and the Kibiji Zone, reflecting the romance of Okayama's long history. In former times, Okayama was known as Kibi no Kuni. Its history is as rich as it is long, with many burial mounds dating back to the 5th and 6th centuries. This is the 4th largest burial mound in Japan. Long ago, the inland sea extended to this area, and the road along the ocean here served as a vital link with Western Japan. These are the remains of a Korean-style mountain castle. There were deep ties between ancient Japan and Korea, and both Korea's people and culture made their way across the ocean to Japan. This shrine has a unique style of construction and has been designated a national treasure. The corridor from the main shrine building is 400 meters long, and the curve of the roof is beautiful to behold. This is the Narukama ceremony, a traditional shamanistic ritual. Boiling hot water makes the pot resonate, producing a sound which is used to tell people's fortunes. The remains of the mountain castle and this shrine, including the guardian statue shown here, prove the influence of ancient Korea. This shrine is revered as the highest-ranking shrine in the area. Finally managing to take a break from his busy schedule, Shinobu Oshizaka arrives, and the couple are ready to see the sights. Saijo Inari Shrine is dedicated to the god of the Hata, descendants of an ancient and very powerful Korean family who helped found Kyoto.
豊川稲荷、そしてこの西条稲荷、日本三大稲荷の一つとも言われてね。
Originally a farming god, it is now widely worshipped as a god of business. Here you see the lively atmosphere of the shrine at New Year's. During the New Year's holiday season, it's visited by hundreds of thousands of people. In the 16th century, Japan was rocked by civil wars. This era of Japanese history is known as the period of the Warring States. Many stories, both of victory and defeat, are told of this period. This monument was built to honor the lord of the castle, who gave his life so that his followers might live. This is a samurai yashiki residence, built in the 18th century. It has been almost perfectly preserved in its original form, and is considered one of the most important historical buildings in Okayama Prefecture. The thatched roof and traditional showing residential architectural style are preserved in the entrance gate, allowing visitors to experience a taste of the warrior society of ancient Japan. The old part of the town is kept alive in these traditional buildings. Umezu was the garden of a feudal lord. In this garden is a lantern that shows the early influence of Christianity. The Yashimori Historical Museum contains a variety of objects once owned by feudal lords. This bathtub was carried wherever they traveled. In the RSK Rose Garden are 50,000 roses, representing 250 varieties. The flowers bloom from May through November, and other flowers such as peonies and irises can also be viewed. This memorial was erected at the birthplace of Prime Minister Inukai, who was assassinated in 1932. As one of the finest examples of modern residential construction during the Edo period, it has been designated an important cultural property.
This is Okayamaの西の外れにあたるかな。
ということは倉敷が近いのかしら。
近いよ。行ってみようか。
そうね。
El Greco, Segantini, and Rodin. The Ohara Museum of Art in Kurashiki, west of Okayama City, is designed to resemble a Greek temple. It was the first museum of modern Western art in Japan. Fish and other marine delicacies are available freshly caught from the inland sea. One of the specialties of Okayama is a small fish found only in the inland sea. the mama curry, which gets its name from the story that its deliciousness increases your appetite so much that you continue going back for more rice. Sake cups are often bizenyaki, the most famous pottery of this region, on which no glaze is used. Techniques for making ceramics came to Japan from China and Korea. Okayama is one of the 6 most famous ceramic producing areas in Japan. Long ago, in opposition to the law of frugality instituted by a feudal lord, requiring meals to be humble, the common people devised this elaborate meal of sushi. The excellent Okayama water, which improves the taste of its sake, also makes its rice taste better, perfect for nigiri sushi. In this city, rice, fish, and meat are all delicious. Okayama is truly a gourmet's paradise.
お米
ですよ。当たり前ですよ。
お米が違ったんだ。
当たり前じゃなくてこれ朝日米じゃ。
Night is also an exciting time in Okayama. The Asahi River runs directly through the city of Okayama. Near the river are 2 symbols of the city, Okayama-jo Castle and the famous Korakuen Park. There are numerous art museums and historical museums in this area, forming a culture zone visited by many people. Sesshu, Miyamoto Musashi, Kuniyoshi Yasuo, a Japanese artist who is also active in the United States. The Okayama Prefectural Museum of Art has an excellent collection of works by local artists, ranging from the Middle Ages to modern paintings. This building, reminiscent of an Islamic mosque, is the Municipal Museum of Oriental Art, the Okayama Orient Museum. It contains artifacts, art objects, and glassware, many from Mesopotamia, said to be the birthplace of the oldest civilization on Earth, which flourished from 3500 BC to around the 10th century AD. The objects displayed here are all classified according to age, region, and item. This is a no costume, used in Japan's unique form of masked theater. The Hayashibara Museum of Art contains household articles handed down in the Ikeda family, the feudal lords of the region. They include furniture and furnishings, no costumes, swords, and other articles, many of which have been designated national treasures or important cultural properties. The entrance is a gate from a 17th century samurai residence that was reconstructed here. Yoi Machigusa ni Daisu. Tatsuta Hime. The Umezu Art Museum was constructed to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of Umeji Takehisa, a well-known Japanese artist famous for his portraits of slender, beautiful women, painted in the early part of the 20th century. Oshizaka couldn't help comparing his wife of 25 years to Kuro Funeya, a portrait of a beautiful woman.
あら、どうしたの？立ちくらみ？気をつけてくださいね。
大丈夫です、大丈夫です。
あなた血圧低いんだから。
Okayama is also famous throughout Japan for its women, known for their kindness and refinement, as well as their beauty.
Takehisa, いいイメージね。岡山の女天才だよね。玉木、彦野、およ、美女でね。本当に美しい奥さん。
Silk textiles are another specialty of Okayama, as are carved wooden objects and beautiful fans. Because of its black appearance, Okayama-jo Castle is also known as Crow Castle. Reconstructed in 1966, this symbol of the city is a popular destination for visitors from all over. Okayama was once a famous center for the manufacture of Japanese swords. For modern sword fanciers, there's an exhibition of famous swords from Osafune in the Bizen area of Okayama Prefecture. Oshizaka wonders what life was like in the days of the samurai. Korakuen is one of the 3 most famous gardens in Japan, and is very popular with the people of Okayama. Originally, it was a garden for feudal lords created by Tsunamasa Ikeda. Since ancient times, this water has been taken from the Asahi River through the use of a siphoning system. It's interesting to compare this system with that used for the fountains in Western-style gardens. The feudal lords of Okayama loved the tea ceremony, so naturally there's a tea garden in Korakuen. It's thought that tea was originally brought to Japan from China by Zen priests. This tradition lives on to this day in the tea ceremony. A special ceremony is held to view the harvest moon. The long open areas of greenery and water in the midst of office buildings are the only ones of their kind in all of Japan. Using water drawn from the Asahi River, Nishigawa Green Road Park is one of Okayama's newest attractions. The streets of Okayama are adorned with many statues. They are just one of the many ways that Okayama is further enhancing the attractiveness of the urban area. Sogenji Temple contains the grave of Lord Ikeda, the historical feudal lord of Okayama. The main temple building is the largest in Okayama Prefecture. There is also a Zen garden with a beautiful pond set against the mountain. A visit here makes one feel at peace. This is Kannonin Temple in Saidaiji, site of the famous Hadaka Matsuri, or Naked Festival. Held on the third Saturday of February, this unusual event has a history of more than 450 years.
午前0時、明かりが消えて2本の神器が投下されると、さあ始まり。
At the stroke of midnight, the lights go out, and 2 good fortune sticks are dropped, signaling the beginning of the festival. Okayama, the city of water, is also a city of flowers. The city contains 150,000 flowers, representing 3,000 varieties. The Ikeda Zoo is operated by Takamasa Ikeda, a direct descendant of the feudal lord who ruled the Okayama area. The zoo is very popular with children, who come to see its many birds and animals, especially the lesser pandas. Okayama is also a city of delicious fruit. Including large juicy grapes. And delicious melons.
もう香りがあれですね、こう漂ってくるんですね。
本当に甘い。
ああ。
To the south of the city, across Kojima Bay, lies Konandai, a hilly area that includes Mount Kinko, Mount Kaigara, and other mountains. This area commands a view of the lovely Inland Sea National Park. The Konandai Skyline Drive offers a 360-degree panorama of the beautiful scenery. Plans for Inujima Island off the coast of Okayama City call for it to be developed into a major marine resort. The highlight of the Oshizaka Silver Wedding Anniversary trip to Okayama was a visit to the Seto Ohashi Bridge. 10 years in construction, at a cost of $8.5 billion, it represents the realization of a dream to unite two of the four main islands of the Japanese archipelago, Honshu and Shikoku. The Seto Ohashi Bridge is a combined highway and rail bridge and ranks as the longest suspension bridge in the world. Many people like to take a train across the bridge for sightseeing. With both hands full of gifts to take back with them, the Oshizakas head for Tokyo and home. It was a wonderful trip and a unique way to celebrate their long and happy marriage. From Los Angeles to Tokyo is only 11 hours and 40 minutes by plane, and it's just another 70 minutes to Okayama. And Okayama is less than 4 hours from Tokyo on the Shinkansen bullet train. Okayama looks forward to welcoming you.